Hello folks, I hope you're all doing well. I can't quite believe the time of year it is already. January has been and gone. Well, if you're watching this in February it is. If you're watching it at the end of January, it hasn't quite gone yet. But let's talk about the weather first before we get onto the seeds. It's a little bit dull out there at the moment, but that's just because the time of day it is. We're heading into the evening now when I'm filming, so it's gone a little bit cloudy, but it's been a lovely day here today, which is in complete contrast to last year. Last year when I filmed this video, it was around about -3, -4 degrees. Today it has been 8 degrees during the day, and overnight we're only down to about 3 degrees, and it's forecast like that for at least the next sort of 2 to 3 weeks, which is a bit strange. For up here, sort of where I am, halfway between Glasgow and Edinburgh in Scotland, normally we're much colder than this. But we're not out of the woods yet. We're not going to go and sow everything dead early because we're still in a little bit danger of frost, because our last frost date here is about the first week in May. So don't want anything tender going out before then. And there's a website you can go and have a look at called Plant Temps, and I'll pop a link in the description down below. It's got an interactive map on it, so you can click on it wherever you are, put postcodes in, town names in, whatever, and it will tell you what your last frost zone is. That's a really important thing to go and have a look at, so you know what plants to put out in your particular area. Because I've seen some people down south already, they've got the tomatoes on the go, the potatoes are chitting, and up here I'm just holding off that little bit longer. Anyway, enough about the weather. Let's get on to the seeds. So, first lot here, some alliums. We've got some shallots, and this type here is called Zebrune. Now, Zebrune is also known as a banana shallot. It doesn't grow like some of the shallots you might see from sets, where they grow and they split and you get lots of little shallots off them. These grow into one big shallot. Grew them for the first time last year. They were brilliant, so we're going to grow them again. Lovely flavour, and they grow to a nice big size, almost like a small onion really. So they're a really good one to grow. Next up is some spring onions. Now, we did some spring onions last month. They were in last month's video, but this is one of these things where I'm going to sort of multi-sow them in little bunches, about 5 or 6 seeds in the one cell, and then when they go out, but it's going to be successional sowing. So we've got that constant sort of supply line of spring onions going, and this variety here is the one called White Lisbon, and just like last month, there's another really good one you might want to try as well called Ishikura, but it just so happens I've got the White Lisbon ones this year. Next up, some seeds here, which is a variety called Fasto, and it's a type of onion. And hands up, I bought these. This is a place called Medwins of Anglesey. First time I've used them for seeds, so be good to see how they work out. And I bought these seeds because I thought the onions were called Fatso, and I thought it'd be quite funny to grow some onions called Fatso, and I thought they'd grow nice and fat. However, they're called Fasto. But anyway, we're going to give them a shot. The other onions are coming on leaps and bounds. The Red Baron, the Bedfordshire Champion that we started off last month, they are ready to be potted on. And I'm doing them at the start of these months. There's about a month between them, so when it comes to harvest time, there's not a big glut of stuff all at once. There's some separation in between times when things are ready. Next up, sweet peppers. Now, I know this is seeds to sow in February, and February might be the shortest month, but there's still 4 weeks, so these aren't going to be getting sown at the start of February, probably around about the 3rd or 4th week before I get these on the go. And I've got 2 different varieties here. This first one here, this is called King of the North. Again, we did that for the first time last year, and it was tremendous. There was loads and loads of red peppers off them, and they were big, they were massive. They lasted us for absolutely ages, so we'll be doing another lot of them. They were brilliant. Can't recommend that one enough. King of the North. A new one to us this year, Purple Beauty, and I was absolutely suckered in just because it's purple, so we thought we'd give them a try to see if they're any good. Again, these ones are going to be sown towards the end of the month. We'll just maybe do 1 or 2 plants because they're experimental, so to try them out, see what the flavour's like, see what the colour's like. So we'll give them a shot and see if they work out or not. Next up, we want to get some salad leaves on the go. So I've got 3 different types here. This one here is called Cosmic Crimson Mix, and it grows in all sorts of different colours. Your lettuce doesn't grow, it doesn't look like that. The picture on the packet, that is different varieties of lettuce all grown in the one sort of clump. So it doesn't grow all different colours on the leaves. These are pelleted seeds for the lettuce, which I used for the first time last year. Much easier to handle, so they come out like little small round balls as opposed to the tiny little lettuce seeds that you get that can be a bit fidgety. So pelleted seeds, but the taste of this and the look of it on the plate was brilliant. So we'll give them another shot. This one here, Little gem, maybe it's a little bit of a risk temperature-wise at the moment. It's not too bad. It'll probably survive all the way down to 0 degrees, and those temperatures I was saying before, about 3 degrees overnight here, it'll survive that and it'll go. So a little bit of a risk, but we'll give it a try because we really like little gem lettuce. So if we can get some early lettuce coming from there, that'll be absolutely fantastic. Next up, this one here is a variety called Barcelona. The name's a little bit misleading because it's an iceberg lettuce, as you might know it from the supermarket, and it grows in that lovely sort of big round head kind of shape. The one thing I would say about this is it takes ages to grow, which is one of the reasons why I'm getting the seeds on the go now. I will probably mollycoddle these seeds a little bit. They'll be undercover for a while before they find their way out. We lost the entire crop of these lettuces last year to leather jackets that I didn't know were in the soil, so we've used nematodes to control them, and hopefully we won't lose any lettuces this year because I absolutely love iceberg lettuce. So hopefully better luck this time round. Next up, we've got some melons. Now, first time for me growing melon from seed. I did have a melon plant last year that I got from a plant swap. I put it in the ground in the polytunnel and totally ignored it, did nothing with it, thought nothing had grown, and when I came to take it out, I found 3 lovely melons on it. And they were pretty nice, they were really, really sweet. They weren't very big, but that's just about right for growing here in Scotland. And as such, as recommended by Bill and Val from Bill and Val's Allotment, this one here is called Minnesota Midget. And it's only a small melon, but we don't have a long growing season here in Scotland in terms of loads of light and loads of heat. So the sooner we get these on the go, get them in the polytunnel, I might do a couple of extra plants and risk them to get them out early to see if they survive some of the lower temperatures and keep some of them here, just in case those plants get hit, see if we can get some nice early fruit off that plant. And last but not least, again, a little bit of a gamble. We're going to put some early cucumbers in. This variety here is called Dragon's Egg. It's a little bit funky, it's a little bit different, but we're going to give it a try. We'll see how it grows. I'm only going to do 1 or 2 seeds of these just to get them on the go. Again, see if I can nurture them along, get them out nice and early, see if we can get some early crops. Because if this warmer weather does hang around, getting those early crops, they'll be fantastic. I am going to be doing another couple of varieties of cucumber. One is Mini Munch, where you get loads and loads and loads and loads and loads of little cucumbers. Absolutely prolific cropper. I'll probably do them at the start of next month, so watch out for next month's video. And the other one that we had great success with last year, which is your normal sort of bog standard looking cucumber, was one called Carmen F1, so watch out for those coming as well. Anyway, that is this month's seeds. I will no doubt take a few risks for some of the things that I might find as the month goes on, but we'll see how the weather goes and how things are looking. One other thing to mention, we have ordered our seed potatoes. They're due for delivery around about the 20th, I think, of February. So watch out for a video coming on that. I'll talk about the different varieties I'm going to do, how I'm going to do them. To chit or not to chit, that is the question, but let's wait and see what the video says. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Please consider subscribing. It's absolutely free. Just click the red button down below. Let me know what you're up to. Leave comments. Let me know what you're sowing this month. I find it fascinating what everybody's doing around the world, all the different places, all the different stuff that's going on at different times of year is brilliant. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now, folks.